Mr. Will Damrath, are you ready for your second game in a row here?
You betcha. You betcha. I don't have too much of a hangover after my 27th anniversary yesterday. Got some sleep and ready to go here.
Well, I guess technically it's your third game in a row because you just did color for our RJ Red program. They just won in a pretty convincing victory. Why don't you give us some highlights about what the game you just called?
Well, the Heritage Eagles came out pretty strong, but Regis is eventually in a slow bleed. There was a little bit of frustration at the end, but a pretty clean game. Points were spread all around on the Regis side, which was really nice to see. Saw even scoring and assists throughout, and the goaltending was really good. Even the one goal they did score on the 7-1 was, he made the first two saves, a couple rebounds. So Elijah Hernandez really stood up well in the net.
Big win by our RJ Red program. We're going to go now into our next game. It's going to be our RJ White team against Standley Lake. I'm Alan Waters. I'm going to be doing the color commentating, and Mr. Will Damrath, who just finished color commentating the previous game, is going to do our play-by-play. What do you think? So I got on my notes here that it's going to be either Tom Hollick or Will Damrath. How'd you like doing the color commentating with Tom Hollick?
He's the sage. He's really easy to follow. Tom's been doing this a while. He's a hockey coach. He's been coaching youth hockey at Littleton and has a few kids that have been in the program here, so he's real familiar, really smooth, really a joy to do broadcasts with him. But Alan, I've known you a long time, so I'm sure this will be a breeze.
We'll see. I'm going to try to make this as difficult as I can on you, Will, throughout this contest. So, again, Standley Lake, we got RJ White program, Will Damrath, myself, Alan Waters, and the broadcast is being brought to you today by Shaw Hockey Productions. And who's our sponsor today, Will?
We've got Tom Mahalick's company, Advanced Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery. Thank you, Tom, for not only doing wonderful play-by-play, but serving the community with your oral surgery business.
The reason I turned that over to you is I'm not sure I could actually pronunciate his business.
Well, Alan, it's tough. We're in America, and I believe you're from Canada. And coincidentally, there's this day in history in 1885. Something interesting happened in Montreal, Canada. Why don't you tell us what that was?
You know what? I'm gonna pass on that. I'm gonna turn it back over to you, and then I'm gonna probably not. We're not gonna continue from that point in time because of the sensitivity. But what is it, Will Damrath? What happened in this day in history?
It's just so interesting and relevant that a spontaneous riot broke out in Montreal due to the compulsory vaccination for smallpox orders that came out. So I thought that was timely. Looks like we've made a little progress as a civilization since then. And that's the last we'll mention of vaccines tonight.
Well, I'm just going to say I'm a Maple Leafs fan, and there you have it, the Canadians. I expect nothing less of the Montreal Canadiens fans. So, hey, listen, let's have a little fun today. We got a couple of featured players. I'm going to start off with, and I believe he's starting in net today, so we're going to take our chances. If not, then we'll call it out again later in another broadcast. We're going to start off with number 33, Mr. Ryan Miller. We got the opportunity to speak to Ryan Miller before the game. We do these interviews, get a little bit about them personally, them professionally in their hockey career. A little Q&A, about 6 questions here. We started off with the youth. What youth hockey organization did you play for? And he, like many of our Regis Raiders, boy, that Littleton Hawks program, they bring through a lot of talent, don't they?
Oh,
you and I
sure
are
do.
both born from the Arapahoe Warriors, but a lot of Littleton Hawk players coming through our program here with Regis, eh, Will?
Yep, absolutely. And they're all Regis Raiders now, but, a lot of these kids played against each other through their whole youth careers.
Your favorite NHL player, Ryan, and why? And that's very consistent with, I think, our featured player from the last game, also a goalie. And that's Mr. Marc-Andre Fleury. What a tremendous influence on a lot of goalies, I think, across America, across Canada. He said he loves him because he's a super positive and happy person. Fits in with the character that we heard from our last goalie as well. I think a good representation of all goalies in the States, right?
Flowers, a favorite of all his teammates. He's just a great locker room guy from everyone that ever has played with him.
Well, we get to ask him a little bit about their hockey background. You get into some of these personal details, and they're oftentimes the most fun questions, and even more so the fun answers. Your favorite post-game meal, And what Ryan said, and this kind of somewhat to be expected, a good pasta meal. He said, definitely some chicken parm. And then he paused for a second and said, oh, by the way, also definitely a strawberry milkshake.
I wonder if he's got the hand blender and does those at home, or stops at Sonic to get one of those.
Yeah, I think he's going to find his way to a strawberry milkshake no matter what it takes. Favorite movie or TV show? And I think very consistent with that generation, they just absolutely tied to The Office. And he says Jim, the character. I don't know Jim's last name. Yeah, I don't know if you know it, Will,
Halpert.
but Jim.
Halpert.
Is that what it is?
Jim Halpert.
He said he rocks. And then anyone you want to say hi to in the broadcast tonight, and he said, my Aunt Wendy in Las Vegas, Nevada, or in Las Vegas, yes. And then his current number is 33, but his preferred number is number 29. Any guess as to why his favorite number is 29, Will?
I don't know. Nathan McKinnon's not a goalie, but I'm sure there's a famous one.
Yeah, I think it's Marc-Andre Fleury.
Yep,
is the famous one, and that's the very reason that he picked that as his favorite number. So we're going to have a second player featured. Probably bring that to you guys during the first intermission, maybe the second. And we're going to get rocking and rolling here with our RJ White team, taking on Standley Lake, and I'm going to turn it over to you, Mr. Will Damrath.
Well, thankfully, our RJ White team is wearing the white uniforms tonight. They are the home team. Red breezers, red stripes, red numbers, and red helmets. That breezers in multicolor socks with the gray, white, blue stripes, and green.
Yeah, you called it one of the toughest broadcasts that I've ever done, and I was only doing the color, was when our RJ Red team was playing the RJ White team, and the RJ Red team was wearing white, and the RJ White team was wearing red. And I honestly just gave up. I handed it over to Mahalik and said, you got this one.
Yep. Well, maybe we could talk about later in the broadcast, too, the reason for the white and the red and the different divisions in the McCarr and McKinnon in the CPHL league this season. But that's been real interesting, and it's going to be fun to watch this year.
We got a lot of seniors in the program, a lot of returning varsity players, a lot of juniors, very heavy in the upperclassmen, high level, and we'll get into it a little later in the game. We just have a tremendous amount of talent on these two programs, and I think we're going to look forward to a very successful year with both the red and the white teams.
Yep.
Puck is going to drop. You got the play-by-play, my friend.
All right, here we go. We got
Holloway starting off.
Holloway and Lutz out there, and Gleason to start it off. Ben Romero on D alongside Bridges.
Just what you like to see in all hockey games, which is a whistle 7 seconds in.
All right, so we're going to start it over just outside the Standley Lake zone. Holloway wins that back, and they're going to dump that deep off the skate of a Standley Lake player, and he dumps it back down. No icing. Oh, yeah. They are going to have an icing.
So, yeah, we're officially on pace for about 712 whistles with the contest.
So we're going to reset down here to the right of the Standley Lake goaltender. Holloway's going to take this face-off again. Face-off into the corner. Standley Lake back to pick it up with some pressure. And they try and chip it up the wall for a breakout, and they do. Center of that puck. Standley Lake coming through, turns it over at the blue line. Bridges dumps that back deep, and Holloway's going to go back to pick it up. Holloway wheeling up high out of the corner, across top of the circle, almost gets a shot off, but gets it poked. And go for a defensive change as Bridges picks that up, goes D to Romero, back to Bridges. He's got some time. He's looking up into the blue line and just across and out back to Standley Lake. They're going to regroup and put that puck deep again off the goaltender into the corner. Bridges chips that up to Lutz. He gets it across the line, met with some pressure, and Standley Lake's going to try and regroup, but he gets some pressure. Knocks Holloway to his feet. He's going to go to the bench, and Standley Lake's back up wide. Gets some pressure from Camden Lai just outside the blue line. Camden does a nice job back to the D. And Williams picks that up, chips it into the neutral zone, and that's across. And that's going to be an offside at the far blue line.
So Standley Lake started off the season with a loss against Monarch, which was a 4-0 loss. And then they played again last night against a powerful Valor team, losing by 3. So these guys are going to contend today. I think we should expect a very, very tough contest against Standley Lake between R.J. White and Standley Lake today.
Yep. Here we go. We've got a referee that likes to talk to the players before every puck drop here. This might take a while. So face-off win to Standley Lake just inside there. 2 players go down. Turnover at the blue line. Dumped deep into the Regis end, and Drake Woody is going to go back to pick that up. He's going to rim it all the way around to Camden Lye. Battle at the blue line. That's up and out, and there's a race for the puck in the neutral zone. Standley Lake recovers, tries to dump it in, but that's recovered by Blattbat. Going across the line. Camden Lye across the line. He gets hit. Intercepted puck is chipped up to the neutral zone. Drake Woody intercepts that. Back to Camden Lye. Back to Williams. Williams looks up to the red line. That puck's deflected into the zone, and Blattbat gets knocked off the puck hard. And Dembeck takes a quick, hard shot. I believe that ricocheted off the post. And there have already been a few bodies on pucks here in this zone.
This is going to be a physical game, Will.
Yep. Dembeck wheeling around. He makes some space for himself, takes another shot off the blocker wide, and Bridges is going to step up, but that puck gets chipped out and dumped back in on the goaltender. Let's see. He's going to save that puck. He had a man rushing. Standley Lake, now I see their game. Definitely very physical. And that's got to be intimidating, those big green jerseys here.
Well, not just the big green jerseys, but big boys in them as well. And that's clearly the message that the coaching staff from Standley Lake, the Gators, has delivered to this team. Make life difficult for the RJ Raiders.
So we got Gregory out there, Zeno at center. Got Blattbat, Liam Waters, and Bridges. Puck comes out over the line. Standley Lake tries to regroup in the neutral zone, and they do. They're going to come across and dump that puck deep again, just off the goaltender wide. Bridges back to pick that up. Waters in front. He goes up high to Gregory on the boards. Gregory tries to chip it up, and he does. Intercepted by Standley Lake back toward the net into the corner. And Bridges comes up once again to Gregory, but he's hit hard, and a shot with a deflection just wide of the net. Standley Lake's going to try and cycle that back down, and Liam Waters does a nice job of intercepting that puck. And another hard hit, this time on Blattbat, and he puts the guy down, retaliated. That's going to be a penalty.
So that's going to be a 2-minute minor against RJ, and that's a tough one. That is probably, I'd say at least 4 or 5 times in the first minute or two I saw infractions that under the new USA rules, they are typically called. And I was just going to comment on that, Will, that if this game remains this physical throughout it, defining that fine line between the new rules and how these refs are calling it, we're going to see a lot of 2-minute minors on the score sheet today. Fair to say?
Yep, fair to say. And the coaches are getting used to it too, and that's smart coaching if you ask me. Get under their skin early and see if you can generate some offense by getting a power play. So here we go. We got the penalty kill out there. I don't know if that's Carter, Lutz, and Williams.
And as is usually the
Sean
case,
Holloway.
it's the retaliatory hit that is called the penalty.
Yep, Holloway back behind the net. They try and establish some possession, and they do. Standley Lake breaks through. Zach Lorenzo's there to try and clear, and another shot, quick, deflects into the corner. Standley Lake really moving their legs here to get on those loose pucks and establish some possession. Guy got his elbows up. We're going to get another penalty here, and I'm not sure who it's on.
Well, we had possession by Standley Lake there, so I got to imagine it's on them, the Gators, and it looks like it's going to be a 2-minute minor for tripping.
Yep, and I wouldn't be too upset, although as a coach, losing your power play quickly into it is frustrating. You got to appreciate the way they were moving their feet.
These kids are coming out on fire on the Gator side.
So we're going to have Holloway down here taking the face-off with Carter Lutz, Ben Romero, and Bridges, 4-on-4. Puck comes back to Romero, dump back deep. Carter Lutz is going to pick that up, and he's got some time. He cycles it back down the wall to Romero. Romero's coming high. He goes high with the cycle to Bridges. Bridges is looking wide. Back to Holloway. Beautiful play there. Back to Bridges, wide of the net.
Another penalty coming, cross-checking. Right out front of the net, we have just physical play, and the message is very clearly to the Gators that we're going to play these guys tough. We're going to play them physical. That's a tough one to, the message has been delivered to them, and they're going to do that throughout, and they just got 2 minutes for interference.
Yep.
I saw a cross-check, one and the same, interference cross-check, I think, on that last play.
Yeah, and I wouldn't characterize this as dirty play at all. It's just physical play, and there's a fine line with the new ruling on what they're going to allow as legal and not. Face-off win, back to Regis, 4-on-3. They're going to dump that puck down off the goaltender. Regis is going to try and regroup with Romero and Williams back there and Gleason. Williams coming up through the neutral zone, over to Gleason off the back of his skate, and they're going to have to regroup again. Over to Romero. Romero's looking to the middle to Gleason, puts it across, nicely shows some patience to Williams, puts a shot off the side of the net into the corner, back up to Williams. Williams comes back to Romero on a shot pass to the side of the net, intercepted by Standley Lake, and they're going to try and dump that out, and they get it back to the neutral zone.
Patience is a virtue here with 4-on-3. A lot of room to skate for the Raiders here.
Yep, and a nice feed to Lutz by Romero across the blue line. They hang on to it. Gleason makes a nice backhander back to Romero. Excuse me, that's Carter Lutz, and Romero takes a hard slap shot off the blocker behind the net. Regis picks it up. Over to Gleason. He puts another shot on. Nice stick by Standley Lake.
Even with the 4-on-3, we probably want a little bit of traffic in front of the net. Those are two shots from tough scoring angles and not high percentage shots as far as connecting with the goal on those ones. 4-on-3, like I said, lots of patience, lots of room. Get a guy out front, move the puck around, take your time, get a high-quality scoring chance.
Yep, 11:31 left in the first period, 0-0 game. Two guys in the box for Standley Lake, and it's a 4-on-3 for about now it's going to be a 5-on-3 for 20 seconds, and then another 40. So Regis goes cross ice, nice feed, nice one-timer by Dembeck there. Carter Lutz, Dembeck are both in the corner. They give it a lot of time and space. Nice patience up to Bridges, and another one-timer just wide of the net. Beautiful shot by Balatbat there. He's got a really nice power play set up with two guys on the cross ice on their strong hands.
Well, the first penalty's over. It's 5-on-4.
Okay, here we go. 5-on-4, Holloway down in the corner. Lutz picks that up. Holloway and Lutz cycling in the corner, back behind. And Regis is looking up high, but puts it right in front and right on the doorstep, Alan. I didn't see who took that shot, but it was a beautiful feed.
That I think that might have been Caden Balatbat with that shot, and what a gorgeous save by the Gators goalie. I don't think he knew that he saved. Did he look behind him? Which is always something that you gives the coaches a heart attack. But he had to look behind him, picked up the loose puck, and he covered it.
Nice job for Regis to be able to test out their power play here.
And we got another penalty coming, so we got Lutz who went to the box. We'll see what the call is here. I don't think we have an official call coming, but it looks like Lutz to the box, and only 1 second left.
So we're going to go from – now those look like they're coincidental because Regis got 5 guys out.
It is indeed, yep. 1 second left on the power play.
We're back to even face-off scrum, and the dot up to Romero, back down low to Balatbat. Camden Lai picks that up. He's looking to cycle it back down to Balatbat, and he does. Ihaya picks that up, looking to the middle. He's going to come around the net and go up high to Lorenzo at the point. Lorenzo puts a soft one that bounces in front of the net. Romero picks that up, D to D, back to Lorenzo. Lorenzo shoots again, deflects off a player, back down to Camden Lai in the corner. Ihaya to Camden Lai, back up to Lorenzo. Lorenzo's going to go back down to Lai. Lai curls on the top of the circle. Oh, it just hits off the post.
Yep.
Standley Light getting a little tight, and another quick shot right into the chest of the goalie. It's loose. No whistle, and it gets sent down the ice. And that's a smart goaltending play right there to freeze it.
Ice is definitely tilting a little bit in the Raiders' favor here over the last few minutes, especially with those penalties. We're going to see one of two things here throughout this contest, which is either the refs getting it under control, having called about 5 or 6 here really quickly, or a ton of penalties for the balance of the contest.
Yeah, that's right. You got Drake Woody battling in the corner. He picks that puck up, goes up to the half wall for a breakout to Balatbat. Balatbat checked hard. Drake Woody battling, puck's chipped out. Little confusion in here, bodies flying all over the place. Back up to the point. Standley Lake off the helmet of Drake Woody into the corner. And we've got a battle with Williams finally up to Blattbat, and he's got a winger wide he's looking for. He makes a nifty move in the neutral zone, pokes that into the zone, gets knocked off his feet, helmet's up on his chin.
He was looking for a penalty there.
Yep. Back up to Drake Woody. Drake Woody steps up. Blattbat crosses the line, puts it deep in the corner. Dembeck is down there with Blattbat. Blattbat back to Dembeck. On to, I believe that's Sorensen in front with a nice chance wide of the net. Dembeck cycles down low to Blattbat. Sorensen meets up on the other wall, up to the point, intercepted by Bridges, back down low. Blattbat puts a hard check on.
That's Caden Blattbat. He's in a nasty mood now.
And Standley Lake's going to come up and dump that puck down and do a line change here. So Bridges down to pick that up. A quick breakout pass to Blattbat, intercepted by Standley Lake, back down to the corner to Bridges. Bridges shows some nice patience, doesn't have a man, and wheels back to regroup. Bridges is just going to fire that out, seeing that his team was changing lines and they were outnumbered in the neutral zone by about 2 players.
Yeah, he ran out of options. At the end of the day, that's probably a smart play by him. Relieve the pressure. Let's get the line change completed, regroup, start in our D zone.
Yep, so we're going to have Holloway out there, Bridges, Waters, looks like Cameron Blattbat. Holloway's going to take the face off to the right of the goaltender. Puck goes to Standley Lake, quick shot from the top of the circle. Bridges back to pick it up. He's going to go D to D. Up to Lutz. Lutz has trouble handling it, gets hit on the boards. Holloway's there for support with Waters. Puck's still on the boards. Standley Lake tries to pick that up. They're all over into the corner to prevent him. It still hits the stick of a Standley Lake player wide of the net, and goalie's going to freeze it. Another smart play by the goaltender there. When you have a player driving the net hard, you don't want to kick that rebound out in a dangerous spot.
Yeah, first impression here of the Gators, well played game and positionally by these guys. The offensive pressure, their F1, F2 forecheck, their patience in the offensive zone, even try to block the lanes for the Raiders coming out. Very impressive.
Yep. Holloway wins that faceoff. Over to Gleason. Gleason tries to connect through the neutral zone off the stick of his player, but it gets dumped in. Carter Lutz picks that up, looking to the middle. Over to Gleason and just off his stick. Carter Lutz made a beautiful pass right there. Just off the stick of Gleason. That's going to pop over Romero's stick to the neutral zone. He turns it quickly back down to Gleason. They dump it behind the net. Standley Lake back to pick it up. Carter Lutz putting on some pressure and an interception by Holloway. Nice move to hang on to the puck in the corner. Holloway back up to Gleason, up to Romero. Romero's going to take a clapper from the point wide of the net over to Lorenzo. Lorenzo hits another player with a shot, and there's a battle on the wall. Lorenzo steps up. Carter Lutz gets the feed at the point wide of the net, almost hits a Standley Lake player, and another high wide shot. Zach Lorenzo back down low. Little miscommunication there. He came right back high to Zach, and Zach was screened and didn't see that. So Carter Lutz is back to pick that up behind the net. Standley Lake player goes down, falls into the net.
I wonder if Coach Woodley sent a message to shoot the puck, because there's about 8 that were fired at or near the net on that last shift.
Yep, you got Connor Ihaya and Camden Lai putting on a forecheck. Standley Lake avoids it, puts a puck behind his guy coming across the line, and Camden's there to pick it up. But he picks up his own puck coming across the blue line, gets a quick shot, and then we're back up the ice. Drake Woody loses it in the neutral zone. Drake Woody's going to get that across. That's going to be an offside. So Standley Lake just doesn't quit on those loose pucks.
Active sticks nonstop. And then that was that last scoring chance by the Gators was just hard work. Certainly skill, but more hard work than skill on that. He just out muscled him with an active stick, picked up the loose puck, and got a scoring chance from it.
Yep. Connor Ihaya going to take this face off here. One back to Standley Lake. Standley Lake chips it out, back up to Woody. Woody's going to dump that deep off Blattbat. There's a battle on the wall in the neutral zone. Blattbat, Ihaya, Woody, and 2 Standley Lake players. Puck is still tied up, and Standley Lake comes across with it, tries to chip to his man and loses it. And he's caught by Ihaya, but they're going to come across another offside, so body's flying still.
Well, I love the pace of this game. It just feels a little bit different. We've seen the Raiders up against Valor already, and I thought that was a high-paced contest, but this one just feels like it's a different level.
Yep. All the players are playing really hard, moving their feet right now. So face-off win. Woody gets it stolen, but safely puts it back to Williams. And he's looking up ice. That puck gets chipped, and there's not going to be an icing. It's waved off Blattbat down there.
All the linesmen and refs were looking at each other on that one to say, you see the tip or not?
Yep.
Too little, too late. They didn't call it.
Standley Lake cross ice. But they don't have numbers, so they dump it deep. Williams is back to pick that up. He's going to go up, try and go up to his winger. He's getting pinned on the boards. And Dembeck is back there to assist. Standley Lake comes up with it. Tries to go cross ice. Really nice defensive play by Bridges. Up to Zeno. Zeno's crossing the line with some speed. Sorry, Dembeck.
It's okay.
Back to Waters. Waters gets knocked off his feet, but Regis recovers, keeps that puck in.
That's off the bar.
Wide angle shot off the crossbar. Bridges back to the net, into the corner. And I believe we've got Gregory out there. Gregory battling in the corner. Blattbat picks up the puck, comes behind the net to the corner, showing good patience. And he tries to backhand that down to Dembeck for a cycle. It gets intercepted by Standley Lake. And there's a breakout opportunity for them. Whiffs on it, but finally gets it up, and the D stepped on the whiff, and Standley Lake gets a nice shot, a rebound in front. Nice defensive play getting to that rebound by Regis, and they're back up the ice. Blattbat dumps, and they're going to go for a wholesale line change with 4 minutes left in the first period.
Isn't Caden Blattbat one of the most patient players you've ever seen with the puck?
Yeah, really nice job there. Zach Lorenzo back to pick that puck up. He goes D to Romero. Romero up to Carter Lutz. Carter Lutz has nowhere to go. He's battling on the board. Standley Lake tries to go up high to the D, and that gets chipped out. And here we go.
It's Gleason.
Gleason for a hard shot, glove save. 2-on-1 there. Decided to shoot. Never a bad idea to shoot the puck on a 2-on-1.
No, especially when the D is playing that the right way and blocking the passing lanes. But boy, did the Gators goalie look patient to make that look like an easy save, didn't he?
Yep.
It wasn't. He made it look that way. It certainly wasn't, though.
Holloway with the face-off win over to Lutz and a quick shot and a glove save.
Hey, made that one look easy, too. Probably easier than the last one.
Yeah. Really nice face-off win right onto the strong side shooting for Carter Lutz. And we've got Romero Lorenzo at the point here and Gleason on right wing. Face-off win. Standley Lake protects, brings that behind the net, chips that up, and that is going to be an icing.
So, Will, we got quite a challenge here. We got multiple production crews here between Shaw Hockey, and then we got what I believe is one of the family members from the Gators who's over to my right. I'm getting tapped on the shoulder because I get in the line of view for him. This is a delightful broadcast booth, isn't it?
Need a platform. Face-off win to Regis. Romero's going to fire that on net, and it gets deflected just under the crossbar. I think they're going to call a high stick. Well, Standley Lake is calling for a high stick, but I believe it was off one of their sticks. So that looks like a good goal with 3:32 left in the first. 1-0 Regis.
So is that going to go to Romero? Let's see if we can see the replay here. Looks like Romero to the point, and there's the shot. And it's going to go off, it looks like maybe the Gator stick. So that's Romero from the point with a soft shot. And as they say in hockey, no such thing as a bad shot, right?
Put her on net. Put her on net.
Fantastic. Good job, Mr. Romero. I think that's officially yours. Let's see if we can get word from the scorekeepers here before too long.
So puck comes down deep. We've got Drake Woody chasing. That's going to be an icing.
Romero's another kid with that just ever so patient with the puck. He waits until the traffic's there, doesn't panic. If he needs to beat one guy, he beats one guy, but just a soft little shot at the net and trust that it's going to create some opportunity for him. In that case, it went in.
Yep.
Hats off, Mr. Romero.
So we got Blattbat Lai, and I believe that's Ihaya.
Mr. Ihaya.
Connery Hyatt, and we've got Drake Woody and Williams.
Which Blattbat have we got out there? We got Mr. Cameron.
Cameron Blattbat. Face-off win up to Regis. Williams puts it deep in the corner to Ihaya. He gets hit hard. Camden lies there for support. Standley Lake battling it up, tries to cycle up high. He does. Williams smartly keeps that puck in. Ihaya hit hard in the high slot. And Blattbat down below. Ihaya picks it up, tries for a cycle, but he's got two guys on him. And Standley Lake comes up with that. And they're looking for a breakout. They break it up to the right side of the neutral zone, off the stick of his player. Williams is back to pick that up. Back up to Lai. Lai chips that to Woody. Woody over through the neutral zone. Nice sequence there to get that puck deep, and Blattbat's chasing. Standley Lake makes a nice tic-tac-toe breakout, puts it cross ice, and they're going to come across the line. Shoots one into Drake Woody. Drake Woody goes back to recover. Cross ice pass to Camden Lai. I think he's going to dump that and change, and he does. So we've got Robbie Dembeck out there. Looks like we've got Sorensen, Waters, Bridges. Standley Lake chips that puck out, and they're going to call an icing. So let's get the lineup out here. It is Sorensen, Dembeck.
Yep. Looked like Waters paced himself perfectly to make sure that thing came back to the offensive zone. We didn't call out yet, but really should, that Mr. Zeno was missing from the lineup today. And he brings 22 points to this roster, our top scoring center.
Yep. Dembeck wins the faceoff back to Bridges. Bridges with a quick shot just off the side of the net. Back to Dembeck, throws it in front to Sorensen. He can't get a stick on it. And Standley Lake does a nice move to try and get that up and out, but they don't. Blattbat is there, tries to get a shot, and it's poked.
That's Caden.
Turnover at the blue line. Dembeck across to Sorensen. Standley Lake comes up. Waters goes down, but no damage because there was a back checker. Prevented the 2-on-2 from becoming dangerous.
Bridges saw that he was going to get beat and covered for him. Good play, Bridges.
Nice hard shot, and I believe that's Dembeck goes hard into the boards after his shot, but he's okay.
Well, the physical play is backed off a little bit, but not a lot. I'd say we're still seeing probably more than what we're used to seeing this season, but maybe the 4 or 5 penalties that were called by the refs just got them back on their heels a little bit. But I'd still say a very physical game.
Yeah, hasn't seemed to phase or take any momentum out of the Standley Lake squad. They've just gotten a little more disciplined out of finding out how the refs are going to call this game.
And it's nice to see that that element of the game hasn't disappeared altogether.
Yeah, indeed. Face-off win to Carter Lutz on the wall. He gets pushed off the puck. Standley Lake looking to send that high into the neutral zone. Caught by his player with his glove. Goes around Romero. Gleason is there to chip it up the wall. Romero tries to chip. Standley Lake intercepts, puts it back right in front of the net. But puck gets intercepted, and Regis is up the ice with a 2-on-2 developing. Over to Holloway, just off his stick.
Gorgeous pass by Gleason.
Standley Lake tried to go chip it high and bounces off the stanchion and stays in the zone dangerously, and Gleason chips that deep. And Holloway's down to put pressure on. Holloway with a hard check. Gleason battling behind the Standley Lake net. Tries to cycle back to Holloway. Holloway does pick it up. He's looking to the middle. He goes high to Lorenzo. Back down.
Romero on the back door.
And a good shot and a rebound. And another quick shot by Carter Lutz. So with 16.9 left, a couple quick shots and a rebound.
Oh, I love that play by Romero. He saw that we had possession, very low chance of turning it over. So what does he do on the right point? He sneaks in the back door, knowing the puck's going to go back down low, and it did indeed, created a scoring chance. Trust your teammates. Know that they got you covered defensively. Great play.
All right, face-off win to Regis. They're going to dump. Williams dumps that back in. Ihaya down to pick it up with Cameron Blattbat supporting. Camden Lai steps in, and it comes back up to Williams, back to Camden Lai. He tries to go across to his guy in the high slot just off his stick. And that's going to do it for the period. Great period of hockey, Alan.
Well, that snuck up on me there, that end of the period. I got to do a better job watching the clock to make sure we keep the fans informed here. But that was a fantastic period of play. A little rougher, a little more physical than what we're used to. What were your thoughts there, Will?
Yeah, I think it looked like hockey under the old rules. For you fans out there that aren't aware, USA Hockey has implemented some brand new checking rules, and the key element of the call is whether or not the player has possession of the puck. And possession is defined differently now. In the years past, if you had the puck on your stick but lost it briefly in your skates and were checked, that was a legal check. Today, that's considered loss of possession and an illegal hit if you get checked. So I would say they're not calling that
quite as closely today.
Yeah,
the rule that I grew up with and the one that I think we could trust and follow at all levels of checking was that 2 strides. That if you were the opponent and about to deliver a check, you had 2 strides after the puck was delivered or left the stick, and you could still contact them. Well, essentially, the difference in the rules today and what they used to be is there's no strides.
Nope.
If that puck is off their stick, you do not contact them.
Yep.
See, I saw a few infractions that maybe another game. That's that we're going to have 2 featured players. Changed my mind because I can do that. Mr. Zach Lorenzo, we're going to save him for the next Regis games, and we'll go through him as a featured player in the next one. We're going to focus on Miller today, who played an outstanding period in that first period.
Absolutely, and like I said, a couple of the older, more experienced goalie moves or plays that he made that period were freezing the puck at the right time, and just recognizing the situation where you don't want to put that into the corner and you just want to get a reset and a face-off in your zone.
I love the one play where it was a little exaggerated. So he had the possession of the puck, and he just waited and waited and waited with it, sitting there knowing that the pressure would come, then covered it.
Yeah.
He had to cover it first. Ref probably would have called delay a game.
Maybe, yep.
What do you think about these numbers, Will? So we last year we watched all these kids with single-digit numbers or teens, and now all these seniors have gone and got like the 94, 95, 96, 98. No one was courageous enough to get that 99, though, were they?
No, I don't think we'll see that. That player would not hear the end of it, and probably the coach wouldn't allow it.
That's right.
Face-off win by Standley, comes across the blue line hard, but he gets hit by Woody just across the blue line. Regis recovers, and got Holloway back behind the net over to Woody. Woody chips back up to Holloway. He's going to get met in the neutral zone, but he keeps that puck in wide. Goes to Carter Lutz. Carter Lutz with a quick opportunity in front, and he gets hit hard behind the net, but the goalie with the sure glove again.
I'm just checking a few messages here from our fans, so you're going to carry the heavy lifting here for a minute, Will.
Okay. You got the Twitter feed going here today, Alan?
We do. My wife, Miss Janet's helping us out with the Twitter feed. And I'm getting a message that the feed is a little glitchy, and I think that might be in part to do with the internet here at the Ice Ranch, but we'll see if we can't get that a little improved for you guys at home.
All right, Standley Lake goes D-to-D, tries a breakout, and gets puck comes out over the blue line back to Regis. They regroup to Williams. He's going to dump that in. Carter Lutz on the chase. Carter Lutz puts a hard hit on Holloway. He's forechecking in the corner. Standley Lake doing all they can do to try and get that puck up, and they do to the center with speed coming through the neutral zone. 2-on-2 developing, and a nice backhand feed. Standley Lake, and there's going to be the first goal of the game for Standley Lake.
You know, that started by a hard drive, and I'm going to get the numbers wrong here, but what a hard drive down the left wing by Standley Lake, and a sweet little forehanded drop pass to their F2 entering the zone. A good hard shot on net, and as all coaches will tell you, follow that shot to the net, and their F3 did exactly that, picked up the trash. Sunk one, easy goal on the rebound. Tied up 1-1 with 15:55 to go in the second frame.
And Waters goes D-to-D on the face-off win to Bridges. Bridges tries to put that into the neutral zone. Standley Lake intercepts and dumps that back down behind, and Bridges is going back to pick that up. And he rims it high up to his winger, Blattbat. just off his stick into the neutral zone. He gets checked hard, and Standley Lake's trying to dump that.
And that's Caden out there in the black back.
Regis puts a hard hit, and he's going to get called for that one. So there's a delayed call here. Standley Lake looks to shoot it again. Yeah, I was just going to say that. Player definitely had possession. All I could think of was they were going to call he was in a dangerous position, but he wasn't bent down with his head toward the boards.
Yeah, well, that would have been interesting if that had snuck in on that last shot, because we passed the puck to the point. So we had possession. The whistle should have gone. And that's, listen, a lot of times in hockey, when you got one team playing as physical and as aggressive as what the Gators are, you're trying to match that level of physicality, and that becomes retaliatory in some cases. And I think that's what Bridges got called for there, was just trying to pick up the physical game from an RJ standpoint, and it turned into a 2-minute minor for what I believe is roughing.
Cameron Blattbat on the penalty kill comes down really hard and is creating some trouble for Standley Lake on their power play breakout. Standley Lake finally gets control off the stick, off the skate, and Holloway's in front, and he's going to bury it.
What a goal. Mr. Holloway with a steal. Beautiful. One man deep against two guys on the forecheck, a shorty, and he just won't stop moving his legs, gets stick on puck, deflects it loose, picks up that loose puck, drives the net and sinks one on the top shelf where grandma keeps her peanut butter. I think that's what they say, right, Will?
Yep, on the top shelf, just under the crossbar, and that was created by Cameron Blattbat in his forecheck.
In the right corner there. Great job, Raiders.
Still a power play for Standley Lake. They win the face-off back, and they're going to regroup behind the net with Carter Lutz mirroring the breakout. Carter Lutz doing a nice job to take away some shooting lanes or passing lanes, but Standley Lake finally brings that up, and Carter pokes that. Two Standley Lake players run into each other in the neutral zone, so they're having trouble getting a zone entry on the power play. They finally dump it in, and Romero is back to battle behind the net for that puck. Romero comes up with it, chips it up to Holloway. Holloway's going to come across the line.
There's a slash coming against Gators.
Holloway with a quick shot and a goal, and that, I believe, is 2 shorthanded goals.
Yeah, Holloway, I think, just decided to take this game over. We'll see what the infraction is here, but another beauty shorthanded goal by Mr. Holloway. Breaks through the neutral zone, high speed, cuts in on the left wing. A little snipe, beats the Gators goalie. The Raiders are now up 3-1 with 14:10 left in the middle frame.
Definitely a shift in the momentum here, Alan. And interestingly, that the penalty kill was the ignition for that.
So the penalty, there was a slashing penalty, but with the goal scored on the infraction, looks like we don't have the player going to the box, so it'll remain a power play.
51 seconds.
For the Gators.
It's still a penalty kill for the Raiders. Face-off win by Standley Lake. Across the zone, he goes wide with a shot. Good stick by Williams to cause that shot to go wide, but Standley Lake picks up behind the net. Back up to the point. He's going to put that quickly wide, and then high stick delayed call here, so the face-off's going to be down here.
You know what I say, Will? I say you get Holloway back out there, because I don't think ever in my life have I seen a natural hat trick
on a penalty kill.
On a penalty kill. So I would love nothing more than to see 3 shorties by one player in one period consecutively. I don't think we're going to get the opportunity to see it, but stick Holloway back out there, coach.
High out there to center for the Raiders. Breakout pass gets reversed back by Standley Lake. Camden Lye tries to meet him in the neutral zone, and they dump it deep. And Williams is going to go back to reverse that up to Standley Lake to intercept, and he's going to cycle back below behind the net of Regis. Drake Woody back there battling. Standley Lake, nice pass up to the point. He's going to go back to the top of the circle.
Even strength.
Penalty has expired. Nice body. Williams chips that over to Bridges. Bridges is going to chip back to the neutral zone. Standley Lake regroups, puts it to a guy just across the blue line, and Williams gets that puck and chips it back out. D to D. Standley Lake looking for that guy on the far blue line for the third time and can't connect. And Regis will ice that down for a face-off.
That's just got to be crushing for the Gators. You know what they did to the first period, their physical play, their forecheck, their aggressiveness, and how tight this contest was going through the first period and the second period in a little bit. For us to score 2 shorties, just back-breaking for the Gators.
Yep, so we're back to even strength here. 12:49 left in the second. 3-1 Regis. Camden, and there's a shooting opportunity. Holy cow. I thought that was in the back of the net. What a save.
We had some lost assignments there, but a beauty save by Mr. Miller.
So Camden Lye right off the face-off, it went to the player he was covering, and he was just a step or two behind him and too close to the net in the top of the circle. A quick shot in there.
Yeah. Linesman's taking her time here.
Yeah.
That might have been one of the slower.
A little awkward silence there. Sorensen across the blue line.
I was okay with the pause, but I was just wondering when that puck was going to get dropped, Will.
Liam Waters is going to take that across the blue line, and he's going to put a shot on net deflected by Standley Lake, and he stays after it. Comes up to Dembeck on the point. He's going to go across to Bridges. Bridges down low again, seeing Waters in the slot just off his stick. And Waters back down in the corner, fires one to the net off the skate of a Standley Lake player.
Well, I think my boy's a defender.
Not this shift.
That's going to be offside. They missed. There you go.
Yep. So what a sequence. Waters finding himself down deep, and the puck came back down. No reason to try and come back up when it's on your stick. Put himself in the right spot. That was a neat sequence.
Yeah, my color commentating lacked there for a few seconds. It's because my heart was in my throat.
Right.
Attaboy, get out there and create some scoring chances, create some opportunities. I like it, Liam.
All right, Holloway taking the faceoff just outside the blue line here. We've got Gleason back up to Romero, across to Lorenzo, up to Carter Lutz, just off his stick. Standley Lake picks that up, goes D to D. Looking to stretch the ice again wide, and nice stick by Zach Lorenzo to prevent that from connecting across the blue line. Zach Lorenzo going up the wall to Carter Lutz. Carter Lutz tries to center that, and it's intercepted, but Holloway all over him.
Holloway's got some energy today, doesn't he?
Yep. And the goalie drops the stick trying to play the puck, but no damage. Zach Lorenzo puts that up high, and Holloway's picking up 2-on-1 developing here. Holloway and Gleason with Romero up high. Oh, beautiful. Looked for the third man high to Romero, right off his stick wide into the corner, and Romero picks that up. Holloway recovers back to Lorenzo. Lorenzo goes down low. I believe Gleason.
Gleason's right, yep.
Gleason's supporting behind the net with Holloway battling. Gleason picks that up, tries to get it to Lutz. And there's going to be a penalty, I believe, after Gleason stole that puck in the corner and the guy didn't like it too much, came after him. Let's see what they call here.
Well, it's going to be a high sticking penalty. I didn't see the infraction, but I saw the initial call, and there it is officially. It's going to be the Gators going to the sin bin. 2 minutes for high sticking. I'm going to guess that it was inadvertent, but the refs don't have any discretion on the inadvertent calls. So 10:56, it's a 2-minute minor. 2 minutes or less on the power play here for the Raiders.
We got Holloway out there again, Dembeck, Carter Lutz, Bridges on the point. Bridges across to Dembeck, and a hard quick shot up the shoulder of the goalie in the corner. Nice hard check by Dembeck. Tries to go up high. Bridges goes D to D over to Holloway. Holloway back down low to Blattbat. Battling in the corner. Blattbat picks it up behind the net, looking high. He's going to button hook back around. He gets checked.
It's Caden on the power play.
But he's got with support. Man goes down. Puck is still loose. There we go.
That is an ugly scramble in the corner, Will.
Sean Holloway D to Bridges, and a hard shot just wide of the net, and it bounces behind. Standley Lake chips that up. They're going to try and get that out, and they do. And we've got Holloway back to collect it. Standley Lake's going to keep their penalty kill out there. They're sending one guy off, trying to get a change, and they can't. With Blattbat, dumps that deep. Carter Lutz picks it up across the line. Back onto Blattbat, back to Carter Lutz. And a quick shot and a goal.
What a gorgeous move by Caden Blattbat with a little sneaky toe drag. Puts it back. Was it Lutz with the goal?
It was Lutz.
It was Lutz who just finishes it with a little tap, sneaks its way through the 5-hole, and then Lutz picks up the rebound after it goes behind the goalie and just sinks it.
Yep. Gets his own rebound. 5-hole was initially stopped, starting to slide toward the goal line, and he just slammed it home.
I cannot stress enough, though, what a gorgeous play by Mr. Caden Blattbat with a little toe drag beating the first guy.
Yeah, beautiful.
4-1, 9:49 to go in the second period.
Standley Lake driving, takes a wide shot, and Cameron Blattbat chips that up to Ihaya. Standley Lake keeps it in. Tries to kick it out over the line, and it's a battle in front of the bench of Standley Lake, and they're going to dump that back down to Williams. Williams, with some time, is going to regroup behind the net. He's going to reverse back behind, go D to D to Woody. Woody tries to chip to the middle too high, intercepted by Standley Lake, and a nice backhand.
Miller with a beauty save again.
Beautiful save. That was very deceptive, right in front of the net. And Regis having a little trouble. There's going to be a penalty call. One of the players got their elbow up.
Yeah, this could be on any one of about 4 or 5 players here. It's getting rough down there. And it looks like probably Cameron Blattbat's going to make his way to the box.
Yep.
We'll see what the official call is here. It looks like another roughing call.
Yeah, I think they ought to put Holloway out there. What do you think?
Yeah, put Holloway out there. Last time we went through this exercise, we took a commanding lead in the game. So. And Holloway is indeed out there. We'll see if he can replicate what he did on the last PK.
Yes,
and in fact, it's going to be. We got 13. Oh, disregard.
It's 4-on-4 right now.
Yeah.
Or 5-on-4 right now for.
Right.
There you go. So Standley Lake regrouping, looks to stretch the ice again. They do. Nice pass across the neutral zone, but it's a 1-on-2. Fans on the shot, goes into the corner. Back to Standley Lake. He loses it, and Bridges is going to fire that down. And Standley Lake coming back across, gets it poked at the blue line. Holloway.
1-on-4.
Low percentage play there, but they're going to dump that deep, and Holloway's going to make a change with Carter Lutz. Standley Lake behind their net. Robbie Dembeck puts some pressure. They come nicely through the neutral zone with some speed. They zone enter. Makes a nice toe drag move. Chips that to the net with a backhand, but not too dangerous an angle there.
A little bit of controversy here in USA Hockey and the new rules, and a lot of parents thinking that it's slowing the game down. It's too tough. That there may be some truth to that. I don't know. Everyone's got their own opinion. What I'll tell you is that USA Hockey and the USA Hockey teams are probably going to have the best special teams in the world by the time we're done this season. Both on the power play and PK, they're getting a lot of time on the special teams.
Yep. Minute left in the penalty kill for Regis. Zach Lorenzo dumps that down the ice. Standley Lake coming wide across the neutral zone. Cuts to the middle and gets hit hard.
Oh, that's going to be an injury here. No penalty.
That's unfortunate. No penalty called.
We've
got a scrum going on. Standley Lake doesn't like that. No call. And we've got a player down from Standley Lake in the middle of the ice who looks like a knee injury. And there's another pile up. We've got at least a couple players getting into it right now.
So what happened there? And I didn't see it. We'll have to. Unfortunately, our replay is done for the night. The battery just died on a little replay iPad here. But what I saw coming through the neutral zone there was what appeared to be a pretty solid hit. Puck was on stick. They were looking at each other. He's down. He's probably. He looks like he's going to try to get up here, but he's going to probably head to the locker room. And then, the Gators teammates saw that and reacted to it and responded accordingly.
Looks like Dembeck is getting thrown out. And having a little conversation with the referee, but perhaps Coach Woodley telling him don't agree to go off the ice until I talk to the official.
Well, and I think I just saw, I might not have seen that correctly, but it looked like a Gators player came back on the ice. So I don't know there's anybody been ejected officially yet. And we don't have I don't know if we got a direct link to the scorekeeper's box or not. We'll see if we can figure this out for you guys.
It's definitely going to take a few minutes to sort out, but I can't imagine that only one player from one team gets ejected. If anybody gets ejected, it's got to be more than one or none.
Yeah, and there's part of the new rules as well. Any minor penalties, as the discretion of the referee, they can flip it over to a 5-minute infraction.
So we've got one Regis player sitting in the box. I believe that's from the penalty that was already in place.
That's correct.
Nobody new has gone into the box yet. We've got Williams standing outside the official circle trying to get word on what they're going to try and
Dembeck was the one that the linesman was escorting off the ice, but circled his way back over to the bench. So let's just patiently await to see who heads to the penalty box and if anybody's escorted off the ice at all.
It's really unfortunate. You never like to see kids get hurt. And I did see that play the entire way developing, and he just cut to the middle of the neutral zone with speed, put himself in a
got in the trolley tracks.
Vulnerable, in the trolley tracks, and it wasn't. I wouldn't characterize it as an egregious hit. It was a hard hit. It looked like a legal hit. But yeah, I think there was some knee contact there, and he immediately grabbed his knee. And that is what ignited the Standley Lake players seeing their teammate injured.
So we got number 27. He's not going to go. Yeah, he's leaving. So I don't know if he was the one that retaliated and first went to the scrum. It looks like 27 for the Gators is done. He's not skating off the ice. He walked off the bench.
A lot of teaching moments as coaches of teenage boys in these situations. Legal hit or no legal hit, you can understand the frustration and solidarity you want to show for your teammate, but when you retaliate after a play like that, you leave the officials no choice but to deal with that.
Dare I share with you, Will, that I had a few learning moments at that age myself.
Me as well. Me as well.
And in fact, I believe at one point in time in my hockey career, that was my assignment. And it looks like Mr. Dembeck. Is that, 95 Dembeck.
Yeah, so they're going to send basically coincidental guys sent out of the game, ejected here, and I believe that was, no, maybe not.
I think so. I just don't think the official call has come down, but 27 for the Gators will be heading off. Dembeck's already gone.
Yeah, so his player got hit. He went after Dembeck. They got in a scrum on the ice, ended up laying on top of each other, and they're both going to get ejected. So,
can you recall who delivered the hit? I'm putting you on the spot here, Will, but
I can't.
Immaterial at this point in time.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can get this figured out. But listen, holy smokes! After that first period, we had quite a few penalties called, and I thought maybe with the odd man situations and the Raiders taking advantage of it, we might see things cool down a little bit. We probably did, maybe for the better part of 5-7 minutes, and then as with a lot of these games, when they start getting physical, you got one team that responds to the other, and this thing is just heated up even more.
Well, as far as the storyline, it's extremely interesting when they come back and eventually drop the puck.
I was just going to call that out.
One of the teams could be completely deflated. Both teams could be fired up. You just don't know how this is going to unfold.
Yeah, my experience and my gut tells me that we're probably going to see things calm down a little bit. I would suspect that the refs are going to deliver a fairly stern message to both benches. You just saw 2 players get ejected, 1 player's injured. So my suspicion is that we're probably going to see things calm down, but never say never, right?
Yep. And look at the 2 benches and maybe just describe the difference in what you're seeing right now as they sit here and sort this thing out.
Well, you got a group of about 20 players on the Gators bench that are, I'd say, all, and they got their troops rallied. The coach has given them a message. They're intently listening to that message, and I think. My guess is to get out there and defend yourself, play the game the way that you know it, but play your game, and let's not get caught up in a little bit of a mess here and have more players get suspended for future games.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
All 5-minute majors are accompanied with a game suspension.
Yep, and Coach Woodley's been doing this for many, many years. He's been here, done that, and I'm sure he is delivering a message to keep your heads cool and move on and forget what happened, and let's just finish this hockey game. We're only halfway through, 4-1.
We're halfway through it, 30 seconds left to kill on the penalty, and that is still depending on the outcome. And it really looks like at this point in time they only called 2 infractions. They only called 2 penalties, probably 2 5-minute minors. They're matching. So we'll remain on the PK for 37 seconds. And I think, I'd say from both benches, probably what we want to see is these 7 minutes and 46 seconds evaporate, get to the locker rooms, get some cooler heads to prevail, come out and play a good, clean third period, and make this a solid contest.
Yep. Now you've got the Standley Lake coach has got his guys rallied and pretty calm, but clearly sending a message of how to proceed when the puck gets dropped here. And I think at this point they're just sorting out the score sheet. Alan, who's our sponsor again tonight? I believe it's
I say Tom Mahalik.
Tom Mahalik.
Yeah, that's all I say.
Advanced maxillofacial surgery. Tom, our stellar broadcast play-by-play man, just finished up with me in the last game. Thank you, Tom, for sponsoring today's game.
I think, and listen, it's worthy of noting. Tom is just a through and through a loyal, dedicated Regis fan. He's got a kiddo on the RJ Red team. He doesn't have a player on this team. Him and his company sponsored not just this game, but a total of 8 games on behalf of the program. So
that's impressive. And
super impressive.
Donates a lot of his time and a lot of his money to the program. Been a coach at Littleton Hockey.
And as you indicated, tough act to follow, right?
Yeah. Speaking of coaching, youth coaching, Alan, I believe you and I coached one of the players on this Regis team, Drake Woody, when he was younger at Arapahoe. We've got several Arapahoe graduates on this Regis team, as you mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, and also some Littleton players, Crevo players. Let's talk just briefly, while we've got a few seconds to kill, let's talk about the McCarr and McKinnon divisions and what they have done in the CPHL League this season, if you'd like. Regis is a great experiment this fall. Felt like they had the depth and talent to field 2 Tier 1 varsity teams, and they did. That's how we came up with the red and the white squads for this fall season. And what CPHL did is create 2 different divisions, the McCarr and the McKinnon division, and they've actually tiered who they thought might be the strongest 8 or 10 teams in that one division. And the other division has about 12 teams, and they separated the 2 Regis teams between divisions. So, however, in tournament play, there is no divisional barrier, and they were actually able to play a few weeks ago. And actually in both of the early tournaments, the Twisted Wrister and the Early Bird, the white squad.
Oh, it was so 2 wins for the white team, but the probably the first game out of the what an incredible contest, and it just shows you the balance in the program. And speaking to the concept or the decision to go with 2 Tier 1 teams, the give you an indication as to where the talent's coming from. We've got 10, and we got 10 seniors on this team. I've got my numbers right here, but I think we got 6 juniors, we got 2 sophomores and 2 freshmen, and then there's we got a good number of seniors on the other team, but we're really deep in both the junior level, the sophomore level, but equally as important, the skill level on the red team. So, anybody who questioned it, I tell you that looking at where we are at this point in the season, after 2 tournaments and a couple of regular season games for each teams, and again, maybe there's a stronger division, a weaker. I tell you, it's really tight. Will the 2 divisions are very, very close. The matchups have been phenomenal, and both the white program and the red program are deep. So I'm glad they made the decision. I think both teams within their respective divisions are going to do exceedingly well. Let's see if we can just get back to the clock here. It looks like a 2-minute minor goes to. All that's going to end in a 2-minute minor.
They've got an additional player in the box for both teams that wasn't there. So.
Well, you got on the score clock, though. I mean, it's just balanced. So one extra 2-minute minor goes to the Gators. So it's going to be 4-on-4 to start this up again.
Yep. 4-on-4 Standley Lake. We're back to puck drop. Standley Lake across the red line, cuts to the middle. Gets that poked at the blue line. Carter Lutz picks that up. He's going to go wide and offsides. That's going to be an offside. So interesting sequence there. That's the second time at high speed in the neutral zone. One of the Standley Lake players cut across the grain, and this time the 10-minute delay.
Yeah, like I said, I think we're probably going to see things cool off here a little bit.
So we got Holloway out there, Ihaya on wing. Zach Lorenzo steps up from the D position, and Williams. Faceoff comes back. Standley Lake pokes that, and that's going to be a breakaway. Standley Lake, nice move and a beautiful save. Goalie loses his stick back off the goaltender out in front, and he finally freezes that with his blocker.
Ryan Miller with just stretching that right pad.
And he gets a pat from Zach Lorenzo.
Yes, deservedly so, right?
Unbelievable.
So, and I do understand the feed is really tough here for you guys watching. I think that we're getting broken up a little bit. I apologize for that. Internet is not doing us justice here at the Ice Ranch. We'll do our best to get that corrected. And I did get a message from our fan base just confirming who heard the original play-by-play and saw it was Dembeck with that hit. Again, what I thought was a clean hit, just unfortunate, two knees colliding.
Blattbat across down to the corner. Back to Blattbat, over to Bridges. Bridges stops, changes direction, fires one on net, a rebound in front. It's loose, just wide of the net. Cameron back to Holloway. Holloway to the middle, off Bridges' stick. Chipped wide and out. Romero's going to pick that up. Romero comes back up to Holloway. Holloway feeds that up to Cameron Blattbat, who gets met on the wall. Supporting there is his bigger brother, so we got both Blatt pinning the puck on the wall, and they finally blow the whistle. So it looks like a lot of chatter going on, Alan, but any physical altercations at this point?
Definitely a lot of chatter going on, and the chatter includes a little dialogue between my wife and I, who has just nodded at me and said that we may have our goaltender wrong here. That is Lott in net, not Miller.
Oh boy! All right, Logan's Lott in the net. Sorensen back across to Carter Lutz, poked into the middle onto Carter Lutz's stick. He's looking to the middle. He's going to come back high, looking for Bridges. He does. Bridges with a one-time wide of the net. Hits the side. Romero picks that up. Nice patience by Romero. He's going to wheel around to the slot and drive the net, but back around, he feeds it in front, and that's poked away by Standley Lake, who's actually shorthanded at this moment. And it looks like two guys out of the box, so we got...
Should be all evened up now.
Evened up. Standley Lake comes across, feeds it to the middle into the back of their player, but they chip it deep. And Bridges is coming back. He backhands that up the boards and comes across to Holloway. Holloway's going wide. It's a 1-on-2, so he curls back and waits for some support. Gets met by some players. Holloway loses the puck, and Standley Lake goes cross-ice just off the stick of their player. Bridges is going to pick that up and dump it deep again. Wide behind the net, an interesting bounce, but Standley Lake picks that up. Intercepted. And pass to the middle to Camden Lai with a nice quick one-time off the goalie. Standley Lake misconnects on a cross-ice pass, and that's going to be an icing.
Well, we all the game with the exception of that last call. And we apologize for that. In full disclosure, our pay, our amateur commentating and our pay are about...
There's number at this point from here. Gleason with the face-off into the corner to Holloway, back
around to Standley Lake. He's going to dive back down into the corner. Gleason and chase. And then we got Gregory up on the wall trying to intercept that, and he does. Gregory doing a nice job to keep that puck deep, and Gleason forechecking hard. They go D to D. Standley Lake tries to make a centering pass, intercepted. Drake Woody puts that back deep on the wall, and intercepted again by Gleason. Camden Lye gets his stick on that, but Standley Lake pokes that out. They're going to have to check up, and they do, and dump it back down. The goalie for Standley Lake sets that for his D, up the wall hard. Cross, but nobody there, so Drake Woody's there to pick that up. Backhands it to the middle, up to Gregory, back to Drake Woody. He goes cross to Camden Lye. Camden Lye's going to bring that across and dump it. And they're going to go for 5 players changing. Standley Lake not recognizing the change. Regis.
So we were already down Zeno. We're now down Denbeck for the balance of the game, and those two kids together probably collectively have got about 35 points for this team over the course of the first 14 games of the season. That hurts.
Ihaya loses the faceoff. Standley Lake chips up to Romero, intercepted. Blattbat tries to chip that deep, intercepted, and that's up over the line. Ihaya battling on the wall, finally gets it deep, and the Blattbat brothers go to the forecheck. Blattbat tries to connect to the other Blattbat, throwing it in front of the net, and a rebound just wide. Ihaya almost there to put that in. But Ihaya's going to go up to the D. Zach Lorenzo looking to fire that back to the net. Intercepted. Standley Lake chips it high, but Zach picks it up. Again, poked by Blattbat. He's looking to the net. Caden shoots one deflected wide, and Ihaya's there to check his man. Standley Lake finally gets it up and out. And they're going to go Zoda entry wide. Quick shot and a save by Logan Zlot.
Lots of room on the bench, and I think one other number we'll have to watch for. I think he might have been escorted off the ice at one point in time. Myhill. Well, oh, he's got a foot injury. He's not on. Yes, thank you. Our statistician extraordinaire here, Mrs. Waters, has helped me out with that. Myhill wasn't in the game to begin with a foot injury.
Thank you, Janet. Waters goes D to D to Bridges off the faceoff. Standley Lake intercepts. Tries to backhand that to the middle, intercepted by Bridges. Picks it up, goes D to D to Waters and chase. Waters chips that up to the wing to Sorensen. Holloway gets that out, back up to Standley Lake, chipped across to the D. Up to the far blue and dumped that down, and Waters is going to pick that up. Puts pressure on the Standley Lake player, who then cycles back down below. Waters in chase, tries to center that, doesn't. Bridges picks it up. Bridges is going to ice that down, and they're going to change the whole line.
So 94, 95, 97, not in the contest, at least for the balance of it now.
I don't know if that makes it easier or harder, Alan.
Yeah, I'd prefer to make it harder. Whether you like it or not, I'd like to see all the 90s out there.
So yeah, we got a lot of different numbers out here now. I'm not sure I've seen this combination. It looks like Gleason takes the faceoff, loses to Standley Lake, fires a puck deflected and chipped up and out.
That's Gregory here. Hold on. Gleason.
So Williams down to pick that up on the wall. He turns, goes back behind his net for some protection. Tries to get that to the winger. It's deflected up and out. D to D misconnects here.
2 minutes to go in the second.
Standley Lake showing nice patience through the neutral zone. Camden Lye breaks that play up. Back to Williams. Williams across to Drake Woody. He turns and looks to his forward in the neutral zone, and that gets intercepted and chipped back deep to Williams. Williams looking a little miscommunication. Camden Lye was coming back for that pass, turned the opposite direction, and with that long pass is going to be an icing. 1:37 left in the second period, 4-1 Regis. And Alan, as we mentioned, a very different, calmer game coming out of that break.
Message delivered, message received, and I also got one other message here. Valor came back and beat FC, so I assume that's Fort Collins.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cameron.
I'll let you continue.
Cameron Blattbat chips that deep. Connor Ihaya and chase. Back up to Romero. Romero's going to fire one on net and a deflection, but goes behind the net, pops out in front. Nobody there from Regis. Standley Lake picks that up. 3-on-2 developing. and chips it dangerously into the goal and smartly frozen by Zlot. So 1 minute left. I'm sure both coaches can't wait to get into the locker room at this point.
Yeah, Valor was down to by 3-1 lead by Fort Collins. They came back and won that one 4-3. So they're going to retain their first place in the standings for the time being, at least.
Cameron Blattbat gets checked hard behind his net, and that gets fired up. Caden to Cameron. Ihaya dumps that deep behind the net. He's going to forecheck. Standley Lake goes D to D, picks that up behind their net. Looking to the middle, they do. Get across the goal line and a quick shot off the glove. Rebound fell in front, and Zach Lorenzo cleared it back over to Romero. Cameron Blattbat battling down low. Romero with two Standley Lake players. Puck gets poked up high. Standley Lake's going to show some patience, fire it to the net through a screen, but Connor Ihea blocks that. Another one to the middle, and that gets deflected. Standley Lake goes up to the D. They're going to fire on net, and Cameron Blattbat blocks that shot.
10 to go in the period.
10 seconds to go here. That's going to be a delayed offside. I think that's going to expire the time here with 7 seconds left. Blattbat across the line. I don't think he's going to have time to get a shot off. It gets intercepted. That's going to do it. So holy cow.
Holy cow. So yeah, after the melee there in the middle of the second frame, things did seem to calm down quite a bit, and hopefully they remain that way. We'll bring the skill back to the game in the third period. Both teams going to head to the locker room, and again, I'm getting messages from a lot of our fans that the feed is really tough. So we'll see if we can't get something squared away in between the second and the third, and get some little clarity here for the third period, and watch this thing through the last 17 minutes.
Yep, we'll check you here in a few minutes after the ice make.
Take a break. Yep.
No, I'm from a small town just outside Davis, California. Yeah, I grew up there and moved out here to finish college. MSU. Yeah.
These guys are MSU.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Yeah, graduated from there, and now I'm just a full-time freelance videographer and filmmaker. So. A little bit. Yeah. I have a partner with 7 license, and I do some video reels and stuff. Mostly camera operation. I do a lot of like national commercials and stuff like that. And done a couple indie features this year. That's fun.
All right, well, the players are making their way back onto the ice. We got 17 minutes remaining in this contest. The RJ White team is up 4-1 over top of their opponent today. We had 15 minors. So at the beginning of the game, I indicated that if the physical play kept up, we're probably going to see a lot of minor penalties. A lot of penalties, with the USA hockey rules. But I think USA hockey rules aside, the 15 penalties that were called would have probably been under these rules or any other. What a rough couple first periods.
Yeah, absolutely. And to recap, for those of you who may not have heard everything, we heard the feed was not the greatest, but there was a neutral zone hit that appeared to be a legal clean hit, although violent, and resulted in an injured player, Gary Pedigo, number 8 for Standley Lake. And our prayers go out to him that he's okay. He went down immediately grabbing his knee, and what ensued was a scrum. A Standley Lake player in his defense went after Robbie Dembeck and took him down. There was and
Dembeck was the one that delivered the hit.
Yep. And those two players subsequently got ejected, so there was a lengthy delay in the game while they sorted all of that out.
Abstractly lengthy, given the number of penalties that were ultimately called. And to Dembeck's defense as well, again, 2 knees collided. Doesn't make the injury any less, and it's a difficult thing to see. And again, our prayers go to the player that he heals and recovers quickly. And we're underway here in the 3rd period.
Okay, so there's a 2-minute penalty for Standley Lake on the board. So we've got a 5-on-4 power play.
We ice it.
For Regis. We get an icing, we're going to reset down in the Regis end with a face-off.
Yeah, that's just a tough call on Dembeck. I'm very confident, knowing that kid, knowing his style of play. He's certainly not a dirty player, no intent to injure, but just the byproduct of the hit resulted in an injury and gone from the game.
Caden Blattbat chips that across the line. He's got a man wide. Power play opportunity off the cage of the goalie, deflects back out, and Bridges picks that up. So Regis comes across. He's going to get an offside call there. So no reason to set up the power play on that. Zone entry was so quick with a man going wide. He just drove the net and took a shot. But that deflected right off the goalie's cage and up and out quickly.
Good scoring chance. I think, was that Blattbat on that?
Yeah.
Looking to find the short side, just missed it by a little bit.
So Blattbat on the defensive position for the power play comes across wide up to Carter Lutz, back down to Caden. Caden's looking to Holloway. Holloway up to the wall, up to Bridges at the point. Standley Lake comes up with that, whips on the puck with the wet ice again. And they're going to send that down the ice. They've got a forechecker that's going to get there first, and the goalie puts it to the strong side of the ice. And he's not going to freeze it. Regis back to pick that up. Over to Bridges. He crosses the line wide, tries to toe drag, gets that intercepted, and they're going to have to regroup with Williams back behind their net. Camden Lai out there. Cameron Blattbat, Romero.
Nice look.
Up to Lai. Lai enters the zone. He's going to come back to Romero, back down to Lai. Lai drives the net, puts a quick shot on and a rebound. Romero picks that up. He's looking to go D to D, but goes down low to Carter Lutz. Carter Lutz up to Lai. Lai back down to Lutz. Lutz looks up to Romero. Romero's going to fire a hard wide shot. That's going to careen up to Williams, who gets hit. And Ihaya picks that up, goes back in the opposite corner. Camden Lai chips that down to a cycle to Cameron.
Even strength out there.
Penalty has expired, but Romero remains keeps control, and that's tries to go cross ice in front of the net with a man open just off his stick. Standley Lake's going to come enter wide, and they get control in the corner with the man in front. Centers it, a third guy high, puts a hard shot on net, wide to the corner.
Nice save by Zlot.
Nice save by Zlot there, and Standley Lake putting some early pressure on down in the zone here. Centering feed gets chipped off by Romero up to Cameron Blattbat. He's going to go off the glass to his centerman, who goes off the glass, and they're going to do 5 line change. Standley Lake regroups behind their net. And again, the wet ice down in their end, and he whiffs on it. Puck gets stuck. Regis picks it up. Carter Lutz turning to the net, fires just wide of the net.
Nice look by Mr. Lutz there, cutting to the middle.
Carter Lutz with it again behind the net. He goes to Holloway. Holloway looks up high, goes to Bridges. Bridges fires, quick one into the glove of the goalie. So interesting, as a coach, sometimes I forget, but you do need to mention that if the ice is still wet around your net, that puck can stick like a suction cup, and that happened twice.
As a D, you want to get that puck moving early in the period. You don't want to get that thing stuck up, and usually you're the last man back carrying the puck when that happens, and it caused for a quick turnover and a scoring chance for the Raiders there. We saw that in the last game too, didn't we, Will?
Yep, we did. So it happens frequently enough that it's a coaching point. So no offsides there. Puck chips off a player into the Regis zone. They've got strong forecheck, and Drake Woody outmaneuvers it up to Holloway crossing the line.
Oh, goalie stumbles.
Holloway still in control. Winding back down to Bridges. Bridges fires one high of the net over the crossbar up to Lutz. Lutz off the player's shin pads, recovers it. Gets stolen, and Holloway's forechecking. Man goes down, and Caden is there to forecheck. They finally chip that high, but Carter Lutz picks it out of the air back to Blattbat. He makes a nifty move to the net, and he backhands it in and off the post. 100% effort.
He made that look easy. He just came from the sideboards. Again, a nifty little dangle through the defender, slides it to the far post, Goalie's a little off his angle, and Caden Blattbat makes that look simple.
And that feels like, if I'm Standley Lake, that's the air out of the balloon
That
right
is
there.
it, yeah. Yeah. And
Just-
jumping in here for you a little bit here, Will, it sounds like you got a little case of the hiccups
Yeah, I had
there.
the hiccups there. Excuse me, folks. I think I'm straightened out here. Mrs. Waters
You want
might,
to get you a
might,
diet,
might be
Diet Coke.
arrive with my drink here shortly.
That's, again, first for me, but I don't think I've ever heard a commentator with a case of the hiccups.
Hey,
Let's
we
see if you
don't
can work your way through it here.
we don't disappoint here. We're gonna give you everything we got in our bag of tricks tonight. So 12:23 left in the third, 5-1 Regis lead, and we'll see if Standley Lake has some fight left in them here for the rest of the period.
Both Holloway and Caden Blattbat, what a hell of a game those two players have had today, Will.
Yep, and Blattbat with another nice feed into Gleason, up the wall to Gregory, back to Gregory. He's looking to hand that off, and he does to Blattbat, back to Gregory, behind the net. He cycles up the wall, over to Blattbat. Nice spin move. Back to Gleason, over to Lorenzo. Lorenzo back down. He gets opportunity. Hard shot wide high, the crossbar winds up to the post, back down low, intercepted by Regis. Bridges is going to fire that out, or Gleason, excuse me. And they're going to go for line chains on both sides. There's a man high wide, sneaking. Holy cow. They're working that stretch pass again, Alan, that they tried earlier in the game. And when both teams changed their entire lines there, Standley Lake kept one player up high on the far blue line. But just off his stick for an offsides pass, I believe is what they just called. So the
That's the
Yep. So Liam Waters back in his corner to pick that up, chips it to the wall, intercepted, and a shot wide of the net, comes back up to the point. Back down, and Cameron Blattbat tries to get that out. Goes D to D to Standley Lake, just off his stick, and Camden Lai is forechecking hard on the boards. Finally, Regis comes up with it. Drake Woody feeds that, or excuse me, Bridges feeds that up to Cameron Blattbat. Shot wide in the net. And Ihaya picks that up, dumps it back deep. Standley Lake comes up with it. Another stretch pass opportunity, but Bridges intercepts. And he's going to cross the line and dump that deep. Regis is going to do another line change here.
Still change, yep. Quick changes, fresh legs.
We've got Sorensen out there with Holloway and Bridges. Drake Woody battling on the boards, back to Bridges. Bridges across to Holloway. Holloway tries a cross-ice pass, intercepted in the middle. That's a 1-on-3, but he squeezes through wide of the net, nobody in front. Regis picks that up, goes to the winger, who loses it, but Drake Woody's going to take that across the line and chip it deep and follow that dump. Sorensen in battling on the wall down low. Gets knocked off his skates. Carter Lutz wheeling to the other corner. Standley Lake looking for support. And they're getting checked hard in the corner. There's a scrum with 3 Standley Lake players and 2 Regis players. Standley Lake comes up with it finally and goes cross ice to the neutral zone. Back across, intercepted by Bridges. Chip back to the middle. Standley Lake turns that. Intercepted again by Bridges. He's going to cross the line. He's got a man in the middle. Tries to get it to Holloway. Holloway's forechecking in the corner. Standley Lake reverses the play. Sorensen chasing. Gets a feed through, a little confusion in the neutral zone. Carter Lutz comes up with it. Back to Lorenzo. Lorenzo's going to cross the line and dump that. Goalie stops it. And you've got Carter Lutz, and Gleason picks that up, gets it poked. Standley Lake again trying to stretch that through the middle, and they dump.
Raiders doing a good job keeping their F3 high in the zone, preventing that stretch pass.
Yep. And that's Caden Blattbat behind the net. He tries to chip to the winger, intercepted back to Romero. Romero with some nice patience makes a nifty move, crosses that, and he's going to come all the way wide and hang on to the puck for an opportunity in front, tries to chip it in front. Good stick by Standley Lake there, and they're back up the end.
Skating Romero.
Really nice. Standley Lake fires one from the neutral zone. Romero picks that up behind his net. And he's looking for a man, goes cross ice, a little miscommunication there. That's going to be an icing.
Play will come back in the Raiders defensive zone. We got a 5-1 lead here in the third period with 7 minutes and 56 seconds to go. Most importantly, we got Will Damrath, a Diet Pepsi, a cure for his hiccups.
Thank you, Janet. All right, back on my feet here. So you can see the patience by Regis, up 5-1. They don't want to.
Up by 4, yeah.
Excuse me, up by 4, 5-1. They're going to play a safe game here by the looks of it for the rest of this period. 7:46 left in the third. And Standley Lake just keeps dumping that puck deep, trying to get possession. Waters with it, poked off his stick, but picked up by his partner. Blattbat over to Gleason. Gleason wide, entering. He's got a man in front. And I believe that's Caden Blattbat.
That's Caden there, yep.
Caden picks it up again. He's got Gleason to the side, back deep. Blattbat putting some pressure on. Nifty move by Standley Lake. Picks up his puck, gets checked hard, and Gregory is there to support. Blattbat gets checked off the puck. Connor Ihaya putting some pressure to create an errant pass, and that's an icing. So again, I would characterize the Regis forecheck of not overextending themselves in this situation.
No. Yeah, one player deep, and that was Caden Blattbat with a little bit of physical play for the first bit of contact that we've seen since that scrum in the middle of the second period, or near the end of the second period.
Yeah, and you can absolutely see the decision making by him that it was absolutely going to be a clean legal hit, and he took it. Stick up in the cage. There's a delayed penalty call on Standley Lake. One of the players got the stick up on Cameron Blattbat's cage, and his head went back. He's fine, but an easy call by the referee when the stick hits you in the face. So that's going to be, what is that, the second or third power play of the game for Regis?
Yeah, maybe even a little bit more than that. That is all in total. I think with the minor penalty to start the period, that'll be penalty number 17 between the two squads together.
Yeah, quite a few.
Yeah.
So 6:46 left in the third. 5-1 Regis and a power play. Bridges goes D to Blattbat, back down, and then back up to Blattbat.
That's Caden, yeah.
Goes cross ice to Bridges. Bridges feeds in front, rebound. Goalie makes a great save. Just tried to sneak it under his pad. I think was Gleason.
And you see our 2-point players there holding back a little bit right at the high slot to make sure that they don't draw that face-off back out of the zone. But a little extracurricular play there, a little extra conversation between all the players after that last stoppage.
Yep, so we're going to take, Holloway's going to take the face-off. Lutz on his left, Gleason on his right, up to the D. Blattbat trips, but is able to get the puck safely to his partner. Intercepted and regroups back in their end. So a little bit of a dangerous play there. That would have been the third breakaway of the game. Nice feed coming across the Bridges on the left-hand side. He goes behind the net, looking for an open man. He cycles down low, and Blattbat's there to pick that puck up and keep that in the zone. Nice puck protection there by Caden to keep that in and up high on the power play. So he's going to slow it down, and they're going to go high to low, low to high, back down to the wall. Caden puts one on net. Bridges with the rebound. The goalie with another good save.
Oh, there's a big swing.
Now there's some fists up by Standley Lake.
Yeah, the ref's going to call that one. I think he's got, I can see a 9 on the jersey, but I think the Gator player that's heading to the bench is going to become a player's bench and heading to the penalty box.
You can see the exasperation by the Standley Lake coaching staff. This is kind of exactly what you don't hope to happen.
Yeah, that's going to be matching minors, it looks like. So probably Bridges going along with them. So going to be two matching minors for roughing. I think fortunate to leave it at that.
We go face-off win back to Romero at the point. He comes across the middle, fires a high shot into the glove of Standley Lake, and there's 38 seconds left on the power play with the
38 seconds left on the power play and 5:24 in the period. A 5-1 lead by the Raiders, and I think you're probably with me here. Let's watch this time expire quickly here and get this one over with, Will.
Yep. So Ihaya battling behind the net, picked up by Carter Lutz, or excuse me, Blatbat. That's Cameron
Blatbat cycles in from behind the net. Just a little toe drag, shifts the puck a little bit towards his skates and just snipes one. Top left corner. Gorgeous goal by Mr. Cameron Blatbat.
Beautiful, and the best part of that was the look-off. I think the goalie bit on the fake pass, and he just fired that in the top corner. Beautiful shot.
6-1 lead, and if my numbers are correctly, I think this should probably be a run clock at this point in time. We got just about every Gator player on the ice with the exception of 2 or 3. Some conversation happening between coach and the ref. I don't think, I didn't see anything so abstract that would cause for a delay in the game.
No, you got to chalk this up to just general frustration, I'm guessing. But
maybe an unsportsmanlike here or something's occurred. But we got number 2 for the Gators heading off, so he's gonna be done for the match.
Guessing mostly some verbal dialogue that referees aren't going to put up with at this point.
Yeah.
Puck gets chipped deep. Zach Lorenzo's back to pick that up. He's going to go D-to-D to Romero. Romero back to Lorenzo, looking for a breakout pass. Just off of Cameron's stick and down deep for an icing.
So nothing on the clock from that last penalty for the Gators. I got to imagine maybe a 10-minute misconduct. Certainly not a 5-minute major, probably a 10-minute misconduct for something he said. Unsportsmanlike penalty, and he's out of the game.
He's out of the game. We got 8 seconds left on the power play. It's actually, we have.
No, it's evened up now.
Evened up now.
They just didn't clear the clock.
They didn't clear the clock, so. Cameron feeding to the middle, intercepted by Standley Lake. They put that back behind the net. Romero to pick it up. Romero over to Camden Lai, just off his stick. That's going to be an icing.
Nope.
And she waves it off. Cameron down on the forecheck. Standley Lake chips that puck, shows some nice patience. Cross-ice pass into the neutral zone, and Zach Lorenzo tries to step up, but Holloway picks it up and goes behind the net. Holloway going right into the forecheck, but he picks up his own chip. Over to Carter Lutz across the line into the middle. He gets stood up.
Got his head up. Glad to see that.
Yep, and a quick hard shot by Romero, another one wide of the net. Carter Lutz picks that up, goes high to low, off the stick of Sorensen and into the bench with 3:56 left in the third. So yeah, players have got their heads up for sure at this point in the contest.
Yeah, with only 4 minutes to go here in the third period, the last thing we want to see is another injury. Get your head up, move the puck in deep. Keep this thing clean.
Sorensen forechecking. Standley Lake, the puck goes off the referee. Standley Lake picks that up, goes to the middle with a dangerous breakout pass, and Carter Lutz puts a quick one on net. Sorensen in, battling in the corner for it. Carter Lutz with support, chips behind the net. Breakout pass, Standley Lake intercepted by Holloway, put back in. But Standley Lake comes through the neutral zone, 1-on-4, but he gets a shot wide of the net. Waters in the corner battling, intercepts that puck and puts it up, and this is going to be a 2-on-1.
Could be a break here.
Just hardly offside.
Just got turned around. He lost his balance a little bit entering the zone. Got turned backwards as he was making the pass, and as he flipped the pass across, pass straddled the line or just wasn't quite there yet. He was offside, eliminated a good scoring chance on a 2-on-1. 3:14 to go in the third.
Face-off win over to Bridges. Bridges crosses the line. He puts one on net. deflected into the corner for Gregory. Gregory chips it deep. Up high to Standley Lake player, makes a nifty move, tries to center that, intercepted. And Balatbat, Caden has got that puck on the wall, battling, he's got support. Regis maintains control. Gleason back down to Caden, back to Gleason in front for a nice opportunity. Good stick by Standley Lake.
Beautiful pass by Balatbat there.
Coming across Gregory on a one-on-one right in the high slot, back to Gleason. Gleason picks up the loose puck up high to Woody. Woody's shot deflected into the opposite corner. And Standley Lake's gonna fire that puck up and out. Zlot puts that up to Bridges. They're gonna change the line. Gleason chips that on net with a deflection through the neutral zone, and Standley Lake's back up and out. A 2-on-2 developing here.
2 minutes left in the game.
Nice move by Standley Lake, looking for a man, doesn't have one. Loses that puck. Romero's gonna send that high up into the neutral zone. Just comes up and out for an offsides. It kind of bobbled and went back in. I'm not sure.
They're gonna call that a hand
pass.
actually,
I think you're right. Yep.
Either way, face-off, neutral zone. 1 lead for the Raiders.
So you got Ihaya's going to take the face-off here, far blue. D-to-D, Standley Lake. Standley Lake chips that deep. Romero picks it up, tries to quickly turn that up and out. Standley Lake's forechecking. A little bit of activity in front of the net between Romero and one of the Standley Lake players, but Cameron Blattbat puts that deep, and Camden Lai goes in chase. Standley Lake goes D-to-D. Looks to chip that to the winger. Winger's going to come and dump that wide in behind the net, and Romero's there to pick that up. He goes high to Lai. Quick shot.
Awkward shot on net with his 2 defenders standing by his side.
Yep.
Just
And Standley Lake at this point is just firing pucks on net, hoping to get a rebound. And Regis just showing some good patience.
Get your head up, buddy.
Zach Lorenzo gets that up and out. Camden Lai forechecking. Standley Lake loses the puck, and Zach Lorenzo's got a breakaway opportunity just high and wide of the top left corner.
Just missed the short side. 30 seconds to go.
Carter Lutz steals that, puts it back deep. We've got 25 seconds left in the contest here. Another mishandle by Standley Lake, but he recovers. Checked by Holloway, and there's a tie up on the boards with Sorensen and Holloway. Holloway forechecking still pretty hard with 10 seconds left. Standley Lake's gonna have one last opportunity to get that up and out, and they do, and Romero's gonna kill the remaining 3 seconds, so quite a night, Alan.
Well, the first half of the game, clearly we could see the game plan and strategy from the Gators. Come out rough, come out tough, play physical, see if we can't, if they couldn't get the Raiders back on their heels. Didn't work. The Raiders delivered with a couple power play opportunities, and more specifically on the PK, and that was really the turning point of the game when Holloway sank 2 short-handed goals within seconds of each other on the same power play. So the players are going to line up, traditional handshake here.
Good to see that. I love seeing that, especially after a heated contest. So,
Will, you get a newfound respect for what Mr. Mahalik does, right?
Oh,
he did a great job with the play-by-play. It was a fun contest to color commentate with you. But Mahalik comes out here and he does 3 or 4 of these things, sometimes 5 in a day. And in fact, the last one he did, I think, was right after he had done one for his other son in the Bantam program, and he's. Just the guy's relentless. We were here for two games in a row. Not an easy thing to do. A tremendous amount of respect for what Mahalik does. And again, a big thank you to him who sponsored today's game as well.
Yep. Well, thank you, Alan. It's been a pleasure and always enjoyable to get in the booth with you. Thank you to Shaw Hockey Productions and our sponsor, Advanced Maxillofacial Surgery Needs.
Yeah, signing off after. We'll see you guys next week.
See ya.